The Department of Homeland Security has just confirmed to CNN that federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Shawn Diddy Combs.
Yesterday, it came to light that Shawn P. Diddy Combs, widely recognized by his stage names Puff Daddy and P. Diddy, found himself entangled in a flurry of legal issues. Only a few hours ago, this article sparked a frenzy across a variety of media channels. It has been reported that federal officers conducted raids on his houses in both Miami and Los Angeles. Hi there and welcome back to Rumor Spill. Although there has not yet been an official statement confirming his detention by federal officials, there are allegations that are circulating that this has occurred. Claims have been made regarding Combs' involvement in a variety of illegal operations, and there is conjecture that he may be the mastermind behind a criminal organization. It is believed that these raids are connected to these claims. Over the course of the recent past, there have been rumors and intense debates concerning the allegations that have been made against him by individuals who are claiming to be victims. This recent turn of events has quickly attracted the attention of the general public, highlighting the significance of doing further investigation into the specifics of these charges. Something that could only be described as extraordinary took place at one of the Combs' homes in the HBY Hills neighborhood. The appearance of a large number of people, whose apparel ranged from the lavish to the weird, contributed to the turmoil and confusion that was already present. Questions over Combs' genuine identity and the activities he is undertaking continue to surface as additional information comes to light related to the situation. Due to the significant charges that have been made against Combs and his suspected involvement in a variety of illegal enterprises, federal authorities conducted raids on his homes in Los Angeles and Miami. Taking into consideration the prominence that Combs holds in the music industry and the impact that he has as a business magnate, this is a noteworthy turn of events. On numerous occasions, as I was driving late at night, I observed groups of women, often consisting of 5 to 6 individuals, loitering outside of his residence. It was eventually seen that some of them would leave, while others were seen entering black suburbs. These findings did not appear to be particularly disturbing at the time, yet, when viewed through the lens of retrospect, they may indicate that there is a wider and more intricate narrative than was initially observed. The videos that have been broadcast by Fox News come from a variety of locations and show people being escorted while wearing handcuffs. As part of a more comprehensive federal investigation into the allegations that have been made against Combs, Homeland Security conducted searches not only of his residence in HBY Hills, but also of his property in Miami. Several more investigations are currently being conducted, and the specifics are constantly being uncovered. According to reports from Fox 11, Combs' residence in Los Angeles is connected to the production company that he runs, Bad Boy Films. On the other hand, ABC 7 suggests that he may be involved in the inquiry. There was footage that showed a few people being escorted away from his residence, which provides evidence that they were taken into custody. There were approximately 30 police vehicles, including 3 armored Bearcats, that converged on the area, making the size of the law enforcement presence unprecedented. The sight of individuals being dragged away while shackled and placed in handcuffs was a terrifying and unsettling spectacle that took place against the backdrop of incident tape. It is interesting to note that the production firm and one of Combs' daughters have both registered ownership of the house that is affiliated with Bad Boy Pictures, which is a part of the Bad Boy entertainment empire that Combs owns. At the location, reporters saw a woman who appeared to be going through the process of being arrested. As a result of this occurrence, a number of doubts have been raised regarding the procedures and jurisdiction of the Department of Homeland Security, particularly with regard to their capacity to perform visits to private dwellings. It is necessary for a judge of the federal court to have issued a search warrant, which indicates that there is probable cause to suspect that Combs' properties may contain evidence of federal offenses. In spite of the fact that several members of Combs' family are wearing handcuffs, it is essential to take into consideration that this does not necessarily signify that they have been arrested. When dealing with issues that involve law enforcement, particularly in circumstances where there are a great deal of unknowns, detention can be a preventative step that ensures the safety of everyone involved. This ongoing story serves as a sharp reminder of the intricacies and problems that public people endure, illustrating the tight balance that exists between their private lives and their public identities. As additional information becomes available, the real scope of the charges that have been made against Combs, as well as the repercussions for his professional and personal life, will become more transparent. When conducting investigations, it is of the utmost importance for law enforcement personnel to make certain that a residence is protected from harm and that it is secure. They are primarily concerned with carrying out their responsibilities in a methodical manner, without any interruptions or unanticipated occurrences that may take place during the course of their search operations. In recent times, Diddy has not been there or provided commentary in the midst of these operations. This absence has been particularly noticeable. There have been no visual or auditory confirmations of his involvement during these raids that have been filed with the authorities. In order to gain a complete comprehension of this circumstance, it is necessary to investigate the history of the problem. It has come to light that numerous civil actions have been filed, which have brought to light significant charges such as the usage of drugs, the trafficking of human beings, and the forced sexual encounters that have occurred between those working in the sex work business. As a result of these allegations, federal law enforcement agencies have taken note of them and are keeping a careful eye on the developments that are resulting from these cases. As the convergence of civil cases and possible federal violations becomes more studied, the overlap is becoming increasingly prominent. Despite the fact that civil proceedings typically deal with disagreements between private parties, federal investigators cannot ignore the seriousness of claims such as drug trafficking and exploitation. As a consequence of this, there has been an increasing pattern in which civil complaints serve as a precursor to criminal investigations. This pattern is illustrated by high-profile instances involving personalities such as R. Kelly, Jeffrey Epstein, and Harvey Weinstein. Under these circumstances, the first evidence of misconduct, which has been brought to light in civil lawsuits, has spurred law enforcement to investigate further, which has frequently resulted in the discovery of major criminal activity. When it comes to Diddy, a well-known celebrity who has substantial ties to the entertainment business, the stakes are especially high for federal investigators considering the circumstances surrounding the case. There have been allegations that the presence of 3 individuals was present throughout specific occurrences, with 2 of those individuals being recognized. However, given the lack of visibility in the region that is of concern, the notion of a third person being involved is still considered to be hypothetical. Recent disclosures made by the Department of Homeland Security have shed some light on current investigations that are being conducted by Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, units from New York, Miami, and Los Angeles, in conjunction with law enforcement agencies from the surrounding regions. In spite of the fact that there is a shortage of information, the Department of Homeland Security has stressed its dedication to transparency and public information, and it has promised to provide additional updates as the investigations progress. The growing story has been given an additional dimension by the legal action that Cassie Ventura has taken against Diddy in a federal court in the state of New York. The charges that Ventura has made against Diddy are extremely serious. She claims that he forced her to engage in sexual intercourse with other men and that he violated her physically over the course of 10 years. Almost immediately after the passage of New York's Adult Survivors Act, which allows victims to file civil claims within a 1-year time frame regardless of the statute of limitations, Ventura's voice was given a platform to be heard. The Adult Survivors Act has been the impetus for an increase in the number of cases, which include allegations of sexual assault as well as other serious allegations. In the meantime, we are awaiting the results of these current investigations as well as the outcomes of these court challenges. Nevertheless, the fact that the raids on various houses were carried out in a synchronized manner shows that law enforcement has made a concerted effort, which in turn suggests that there may have been simultaneous operations carried out in a number of different locations. There is no doubt that the revelations have caused shockwaves to go through the public as well as the media, and many people are left wondering about the location of Diddy and whether or not he may be involved in these allegations. Despite the fact that the full scale and implications of the investigations have not yet been completely appreciated, the matter has been brought to the forefront as a result of coverage by prominent news sites, notably Fox News. During this time, Diddy's past denials of any wrongdoing are now being subjected to a more severe inspection. This is especially true in light of the federal raids that have been conducted on his homes, which have raised worries about the possibility that he was complicit in the charges that have been brought against him.
As this complicated scenario continues to evolve, it is absolutely necessary to keep a close eye on the developments, keeping in mind the ethical and legal concerns that govern cases of this magnitude and prominence. An approach to justice that is cautious and prudent is required because the convergence of celebrity status, legal disputes, and federal investigations offers a complicated problem for all parties concerned. This highlights the importance of exercising caution and discretion.
Subscribe Rumor Spill for more videos.